Good morning, Expedians. My name is Rachel, and this is my morning mobility routine. I love this routine because it just makes my joints feel better, especially if I'm sitting in the day or I know I'm going to be sitting today. It helps me use the right muscles throughout my day, whether I'm lifting or reaching, and it just feels good. So let's get started. I'm going to start down on the ground here, laying flat on my back. I'm going to post my toes, push my lower back into my mat using my abs. One leg comes up, and we're going to drop for 12. Nice and controlled, nice and slow. 11. Only letting my leg drop. 10. As far as I can without letting my lower back lift off the mat. Last 8. 7. 6. 5. Nice and controlled. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Other side, remembering to breathe. Push your lower back into the mat, and we'll go down for 12. 11. Last 9. 8. 7. 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring them back together. Next, I'm going to firmly plant my feet into the floor here. I'm going to push my feet through the floor to lift my hips high. I'm pivoted up on my shoulder blades. I still have that ab engagement like we just did. Holding that position, we're going to march for about 30 seconds here. When we're lifting throughout the day, we want to make sure we do it with our legs. So getting your legs warmed up in the morning is a great way to do that. Keep breathing. Kind of centering yourself, getting ready for the day mentally, physically, as we march. We'll go last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower your pelvis back down. Next, I'm going to lean to the side. We're going to go for what I call Pilates hips. Lift your heels, put them together, and lift them off of the ground. We're going to open up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to go 15 with a kick, opening that knee up, kicking forward, drop the heels back together. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 more, 11, 12, almost done. Keep it up. 13, 14, and 15. All right. What we do to one side, we must do to the other. So go ahead and switch. Leaning onto your other side. Keep our hips stacked the whole time here. Heels lift for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 15 with a kick. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep those heels lifted. 7, 8, 9, 10. Last 5, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and bring those heels back down, relax. All right, and we're gonna go into a downward dog. Now that we got a little bit of burn, let's go ahead and stretch it out. So pushing my hands into the mat, I'm gonna lift my hips high. And just take a few breaths here. Let your head relax between your arms. Breathe into your belly and out. You can hold this position for a few more seconds, or you can tuck your tail, squeeze your glutes, and roll forward into a plank with me, dropping my shoulders down away from my ears, then pushing hands into the floor to come back into downward dog. Tuck the tail to come into a plank, and we'll switch back and forth here at your own pace, keeping those abs engaged. Push your hands into the floor to push into downward dog. Tuck your tail to roll into that plank. 2. And last one. Drop your knees down. We're going to go into cat and cow. I'm going to roll my shoulders back, away from my ears to arch up. And then I'm going to tuck my tail to round my back. Deep breath in. Roll those shoulders back. Breathe out and arch. And round. And let's go 2 more here. And last one. Good. Okay. Let's sit back into child's pose. I'm bringing my knees apart. And I'm going to rest my forehead on the ground. And take a couple breaths here. Into your belly and out. And go ahead and walk your hands to one side. Feel a little bit of a stretch in your side body. And walk your hands to the other side. Walk your hands back to center. Squeeze your glutes, slowly roll up vertebra by vertebra, and roll those shoulders down. Let's go into our pigeon next. So coming forward, weight in my hands, I'm going to pull this leg forward. And I'm going to find a position where I feel that stretch in the side of this front leg. Now I can hold here if I feel a nice stretch there. Try not to arch in your back here. We don't want to be pressuring the lower back. But I want to really just feel that stretch in my legs. So you might come down to your forearms if that deepens the stretch for you. And now I'm sitting on top of the heel of my front foot. So I'm not leaned over like this, right? My hips are still staying square right on top of that leg. And take a few breaths. Alright, come back up onto your hands and go ahead and switch legs. Bringing the other leg forward, sitting on that heel, coming down to the forearms, and breathe. One more breath. All right, and pushing back into our tabletop position here. Let's go ahead and bring it to a standing. We're going to do our hip flexors next. So I'm going to find my neutral position first, so getting rid of this arch in my back, squeezing here and here, abs and glutes, keeping that neutral position, long lunge back. I'm going to bring my arms up without arching. My back stays flat, arms come up, twist across that front leg, and legs come back together. Other side steps back, arms come up, and twist across that front leg. Alternating sides here. I'm really trying to feel that stretch in the front of this back hip. And a little bit of spinal twist while I'm at it. Let's go, last 2. And last 1. Good, come back to a standing position here. Last move we're going to do is we're going to practice our deadlifting motion. And I'm going to have you pretend there's a wall behind you and you're going to booty bump the wall with your bottom, right? Because that's the motion that we want. We want our hips leading this exercise. I should feel this in here, squeezing my glutes and my hamstrings to come back up. And we're going to go for about 12 here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure your hips are leading this exercise, not your back. 7, 8, 9, 10. Last 2. And last one. Whew, good. All right. I hope you feel loose, mobile, and ready for your day, Expedia. Be sure to get some breakfast and have a wonderful day.